Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is energetic surgery to remove a dark energy tumor, basically, from our brain, like from our thinking, from our headspace, right? And that dark energetic tumor that made us forget who we are on a conscious level and lose time because of it. So this is kind of a big, heavy topic where I received the main guidance for it about a week ago, and then a few little additional tidbits throughout the last few days. And it finally came together like this. And some of the stuff in the back I just put there to kind of show you how it came together. But I'll talk you through everything, and then we're going to get started. But I'll have a little bit more talk up front just because there's a lot going on. So the first thing was that I had a dream in which I was not quite hanging out, but spending time with the German energy healer, well, the energy healer in Germany, who had helped pull me out of a lot of darkness that I had found myself in the past. And I don't know if I was exactly at his place, but somehow, like, I was in his company, right? And then suddenly we were both at the person's home who was the woman who had tried to destroy my life with black magic. And I was like, whoa, what happened? How come I'm suddenly here? Like, how did this happen? Like, I did not consciously come here. And he, like the healer, explained to me, he said, you need to see a doctor and get the brain tumor operated out. And in the dream, I had the understanding, the immediate understanding that what had happened was exactly how my twin flame soulmate from 20 years ago, who unfortunately I couldn't stay with due to a whole bunch of circumstances, but who had schizoaffective disorder and who had described to me exactly that. Those kind of situations kept happening to him when a different consciousness took over in him, and he was no longer in the driver's seat of his life, like of his physical body and the faculties. And then suddenly, when his consciousness became in charge again, like internally, then he would find himself somewhere, and sometimes in the middle of a conversation with someone, and he would like have to get his bearings because he had lost a stretch of time, and suddenly he found himself somewhere totally different. So that's what I knew instantly in the dream, what was happening. So I spent some time processing and digesting this dream, and I realized that what it referred to was how this tumor of negativity that basically has that feeling of like worthlessness and undeservingness, all that, where we don't even know our own self-worth, right? Like we're really sort of low and hard on ourselves. So that tumor of negativity basically makes us forget who we are on a conscious level. So that divine being that is actually all powerful within us, if we're not limited and controlled by the trauma responses and the heaviness of the trauma and the darkness that comes along with that. So if we were fully and completely healed from all the trauma, from all the darkness, from everything, and we were no longer in separation but in oneness, then we could be like Jesus or Buddha or any of those ascended masters that were in those pure divine light healing energies, right? But since we have this massive darkness controlling our thinking and basically blocking a lot of the good things that are off the light, like if we think of like our highest timeline that's in pure light, it basically stops us from fulfilling that timeline because it immediately brings in that negativity and that darkness and that hopelessness and the lack of faith and belief in ourselves and so on, right? And because of that, we lose chunks of time and we end up in situations that we don't want to be in, but because of that dark, twisted way of thinking, that sick, unhealthy way of thinking, we end up where we don't want to be, right? So what I've created, and I've also seen a lot of yellow over the last few days. Yellow, bright yellow cars, bright yellow shirts worn by a bunch of people in a group and so on. So what I've created here is a brain. So the two brain halves represented by the pink modeling clay. I just wanted to show you, I used up the 2 packs that I bought here for the pink brain halves, but modeling clay is what I used for that. And that was another image that popped into my head, I think 2 days ago, of basically poking a hole into those tumors. Like separately, I already knew that they had to be operated out, right? But poking a hole in, and just this liquid kept pouring out, so it had to be like drained out. So it's black balloons, yeah, filled with hoisin sauce. I was thinking of using soy sauce, but it would have been too messy. If it's super liquid, then like I'm not sure if I could have actually had it without leaking, but the hoisin sauce is just a little thicker, so it makes it a little bit easier. So then I was guided to eat walnuts because they very much look like a brain, right? So walnut halves. So I have them here, and this is what I recommend for anyone who is watching this video, that you could please get some walnuts and eat them. That would be amazing. Now, I went a little nuts at the dollar store when I was actually searching for like a fake brain, which I couldn't find, but they did have these gummy bears that are brain shaped, and yeah, that's the little kid coming out in me that very much has fun with this kind of stuff. So I have these here, but these are not required. This is just more for the inner child. But the walnuts have really healing purpose for us through this ceremony. It assists the healing, like it helps the brain recover and heal, right? So basically brain food. So I actually used yellow felt to represent the skull and skin, like everything that needed to be, actually the skin more pretty much, that needs to be sewn up once the astral operation is finished here. And for that, I actually want to try one of those round needles, because I actually first thought that I would use clay for it, but then I switched to the felt at the last minute. So maybe the round needle wasn't necessary, but it's okay, I'll go with that. And this twine is called star twine. It's still a remnant from Germany. You can buy them on Amazon Canada as well. I'm not sure about all the other different Amazons. It depends on the country. Like each country has different things on there. But I wanted to use this because I also feel like this is the thread of pure divine healing light, like golden light, right? I mean, it's yellow, but close enough. So yeah, these are all the different aspects. And oh yeah, and I got operating gloves just to make it a little more realistic, like an operation. And I, rather than a needle, I will actually cut the balloons open just for ease. If I just poke a hole with a needle, it'll take forever to really drain out. So just to make it easier. Yeah, and that's it. And here is my spiritual knife, the one that I made in a workshop, which I always feel like connects me more to my ancestors, right? Even though they were Celtic, not exactly Viking, but they were not seafaring, but the culture is close enough. Okay, I think that's everything that I needed to explain up front, which was actually quite a lot. So let's smudge and get started, call in our divine team, and then we'll get this going. We'll get this show on the road, so to speak. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence and return it to the universe for reintegration, and flood us with massive amounts of divine light and help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity as well as that all around us. And through that, help us be in oneness with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Okay, let's call in our divine team. Yeah, it's okay. I'll leave the yellow there. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light. Please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. All right. Let us take a moment to express our gratitude for all the blessings that we have in our lives. I just spent a wonderful evening socializing with friends. I started to go to this thing regularly and there's some really cool and wonderful people there. So yeah, I feel very lucky to have found a group that I really click with, where I feel I fit in by being different, or basically like no one is really mainstream there, right? So yeah, I feel it's my kind of people. So I'm very thankful for that. And also just for, again, all the guidance, all the protection from our divine team. And we had another really beautiful summery day, even though it is almost mid-September now. So I think that we've been very lucky. And I hope in the meantime you also thought of all the blessings in your lives that you're thankful for. So let's get started. So thank you to our divine team for helping us with this astral surgery, removing the dark tumor of negativity from our brain, in the sense of our thought apparatus, right? Our thought center, and helping us heal and recover from these constant negative patterns of thinking that blocked and limited us constantly when we wanted to move forward and into the light. And that created a lot of roadblocks for us, right? Okay, so thank you. Let's get this operation going. Whew. All right, let's get the operation started. Okay. So I call on all of our ancestors specifically and very strongly, as well as our entire spirit team, the divine. Help us remove fully and completely all these toxic dark tumors that have really decapacitated us to a certain extent by having this negative way of thinking as a trauma response, blocking all blessings that want to, or many blessings that want to come in. One moment, please. I forgot that I needed a second container to empty these in. Let our brain be recovered and be made whole and healthy again. Let us be in the pink, so to speak, as in being healthy again. And let all that darkness from those tumors just come out. Let them squeeze out of those tumors. Oof. Ah, yuck. And I just got this really yucky energy sense just now. Just really, whoa, gross. So here's one of them empty. Oh, and they looked like this too. One was smaller in the front, was sort of in the center, and one was bigger in the back area, right? So I really tried to replicate it as good as I could, or as well as I could, as it was shown to me in my dream. So let all that dark gunk come out of there, all that dark negative growth that we had attached to our brain. Let it be gone, done, and finished. And oops, those gloves are done. I'll just wipe these here a little bit. I'll clean them properly after. Oof. Here. There. Ew. I need to cover this. Give me a moment, please. Sorry. I'll get a lid. Okay, that needs to be covered and gone. Oh, that feels gross. Let all those dark, toxic energies go into the fire for transmutation. Great Spirit of the Fire, please transmute these dark, toxic energies, these negative energies and thought patterns, these cancerous tumor-like energies that had attached to us and leached off of us. That leached the positivity right out of us. I still feel like I almost can't breathe, but it's in the throat. It's not the lungs. It's like also it's connected to the speaking, to our speaking our truth, speaking positivity, not speaking up. All of that was suppressed. Great Spirit of the Fire, please transmute all these toxic energies and then return them to the universe for reintegration. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Oof. And help us fully and completely into our power again. In the meantime, I will munch on these gummies. If you have any, you can do so now too. Or later, however you prefer. Okay. I want to make sure it's the right length. So it... Okay. Here. Let's overlap them. And that's where the needle comes in. Haha. Okay. I hope you can see it okay, but I think I kind of have to cover up the picture a little bit. Let me try to see if I can stand more over here. So with every stitch I take here, let our thought center be healed and protected again. Let it help us come into our power again. Let our solar plexus be healed through that and with that, and let our solar plexus help heal our thought center as well, so that we can have healthy, constructive thoughts again, rather than destructive ones that destroy our own lives. Whew. Oh yeah, this round needle is perfect. Huh. Okay, the wound from this surgery, from this astral surgery, shall be closed up and heal properly, quickly, and perfectly, so that we can return to function in a healthy way, in a joyous way, in a positive way, without any inhibitions, without any dark interference trying to limit us to a life in either partial or full darkness. And let me just tie that off. And one more time. Oh, wait, that was the other way. Yeah, this way. Actually, let me go through here again, just to have it extra secure. And all right. It is done, and so it is. All my relations. And I just got the very strong sense of Tibetan monks. So let me get the little mini drum. We are now blessed by the divine. Oh, yes, and something else wants to come in there. The angel and the evil eye protection. Okay, remove this now so it won't be too crowded. And it is time to start eating the walnuts. I'll finish the gummy bears after the ceremony. But let us eat the walnuts, or at least some of them now, and you can finish the rest after the ceremony, to help our brain heal from this astral surgery, and to heal from those toxic thought patterns and start having more positive thinking, to start having more positive perspectives, to start believing in ourselves again, to recognize the divinity within us, and to move into that pure divine love energy, so that we see that no one is out to get us or attack us or hurt us or, offend us, but they're just acting from their own place of unhealed trauma. It shall help us step into a place of compassion and understanding towards everyone around us, as well as ourselves. Actually, starting with ourselves. Mm. Mm. Okay, I don't think I can eat all of them at once. So I'll put them down. We're going to wrap up the ceremony. And then I'll finish eating the rest. And I really hope that you have some too that you can eat. If you are allergic to walnuts, then please do consider alternatives that symbolize a brain, right? Maybe you can even bake cookies that look like a brain, kind of. Or, you know, I'm sure you can get creative there. But now the Halloween stuff is already in dollar stores, and I'm sure other stores too. So you probably won't have too much trouble finding some kind of candy that's brain-shaped. Or if not, you can assign that meaning to something, okay? So again, that's one of those things too. Don't get caught up in rigidity, because that's part of the darkness. That's part of the control of the darkness, right? So we got to learn to be flexible. All right. Whew. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Anyone who would like to stay in these energies a bit longer, please pause the video now. For the rest of us, let the ceremony now be finished, and let us give massive amounts of love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings to our divine team. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times. I know this was a very, very important one. So a million thanks. And let the ceremony be fully and completely finished. Open the circle of protection around us, but keep us massively safe, shielded, and protected with a 12D shield of golden light with a divine seal of protection. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön. All my relations, all our relations. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And also let me know down in the comments below how the ceremony was for you, what you felt, how you felt during and or afterwards, right? Do keep in mind, especially when it's something really heavy duty like this, you might be tired for a day, or some people might actually be more energized. Whatever it is, please listen to your body over the next day or two, and make sure you drink enough fluids, right? To just help support that. And yeah. Also, if anybody would like to support the channel further, there's a PayPal link down below. I don't have a donations button yet. I don't quite have enough subscribers yet. So in the meantime, this is an option if anybody would like to. If not, not to worry. I just appreciate it if you're here watching and giving me a like and being subscribed to the channel. So also, I do have a Facebook group, Alamanic Shaman, where over the next 2 weeks roughly, we're going to get started on the first positive perspective support circle, where we help each other find a positive, or maybe several possible positive perspectives that we can have about a situation where we might feel stuck and we might only see what's right in front of us in a negative light. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to this and meeting hopefully many of you. And in the meantime, I'm sending you tons of love and light, blessings and protection. And I wish you great abundance. May truth and integrity always be with you. Tons of love. Bye. Till next time.